Yes, Gunner.
Why do you sound so disgruntled today?
Well, I have a bit of mucus in my congestions.
Do you hear that screaming? Do you know what that screaming is? That's the sound of Yankum over there in gorilla position, calling for a doctor for you. And this joke, it's kind of sick, so it needs a doctor too. And let's just start the show because I'm done with this.
That was bad.
Series number 181. My name is Gunner. That is the Omega BR over there.
Yes, and when your gorilla is sick, you need some gorilla glue.
Need some gorilla glue to paste that direct together. And speaking of the person with gorilla glue, I bet you that Jane can DDS.
I don't know if you can hear me over the palm over my face.
We can hear you just fine because you're the wonderful technical producer that you are. Joining us this week also is the Net Jester.
I have one thing to say to this and one thing only. Will you stop?
Oh god. More gorilla, more gorilla, more gorilla. Speaking of gorillas, here's Master.
I don't have a cricket noise.
I don't have a cricket noise. I don't have a cricket noise. Where's my cricket noise?
I'm sure he'll be back.
Well, you're gonna get this. Well, you're gonna get this noise instead. There you go. You got that noise instead. All right. Let's get started with something that you should expect. That's the news. The news this week says there was said to be a commotion at the gorilla position during Hell in the Cell. Reports of Vince McMahon screaming at the referee and doctor to hold the match in order to tend to Brock Lesnar's cut, which he had to get 9 staples to close. But Lesnar showing the doctor was also not a spot and done in the heat of the moment out of frustration due to the interruptions. The surprise return of Alberto Del Rio, who is currently the AAA Mega Champion, had apparently been planned for weeks by the WWE, but AAA officials only found out on Sunday. It's expected he will continue to work non-WWE dates until October, and his new WWE deal is very good, although not as easy as Lesnar and Taker's. Conan said on the MLW podcast that Triple H called Del Rio and said the figure he quoted was too high. But Vince later offered him the money, and Conan told him to take it since Triple A couldn't match it. So, jumping over ship back to WWE. And by the way, the guy that slapped him, or he slapped rather, is not with the company at the current moment. So, a little bit of poetic justice from previous encounters.
Well, we'd all hope that ADR would be going back to WWE sometime in the near future, and this is great news. It sure as hell was a surprise. I'm just a little bit concerned about this new storyline they got him in with Zeb Coulter. You know, I know professional wrestling is a fantasy-based thing, and that, you know, if you scrutinize storylines too much, you're just, asking for trouble or to be miserable. But this one, I don't know.
I agree that it's weird, NJ. And minus points to you for me agreeing with you. But here's the thing. As good a wrestler as ADR is, he's not really a great talker. That's not his strong point, really. So they had to put somebody...
You obviously didn't watch the pay-per-view. He's a perfectly fine talker. It's just that they stuck him with somebody. And everyone goes, oh, who did he stick him with? Roberto Rodriguez? No. He's gone. Long gone. Is that Coulter? What?
It's like that's the only person they had available. So
that's what I think it was Coulter was the only manager they had around, and they were like, fuck it, we'll do it live.
I've been saying this since Sunday night, but sticking him with Zeb Coulter and making this whole Next America gimmick is an obvious stab at Trump.
Oh? Why is that? Go on with that.
Because you have Zeb Coulter and ADR who together, or they used to hate each other basically with the old storylines, and now they're working together with a unified Mexican-American gimmick, while you have this whole political thing on Trump's side where he's trying to build the wall. It's like, are they trying to garner some ratings here, or are they just trying to throw stuff together randomly and see what sticks?
I think it's probably a little bit both. I think it's obvious the real-world connotations this whole thing has, but at the same time, the whole, foreigner hating other foreigners gimmick is actually a pretty classic one, and in fact, it was the basis for a lot of Coulter's clients as of late. You remember when Cesaro joined the Real Americans, and that really didn't make sense, except for the fact that I guess Cesaro declared himself an American, and therefore not, foreign or what have you. I agree, it's frankly, I think it's kind of lame, to be honest with you. I think it really has a lot of legs to it.
I think the thing with that was, it wasn't foreign people that Zeb Coulter's character hated. It was brown foreign people that Zeb Coulter's character hated.
Well, for the most part, but, he would always, when they were, he would make comments about Canadians and things like that when they kind of remembered that was his gimmick. But nonetheless, I don't think this is going to hold a lot of water. I think it's sort of a prelude to whatever they maybe might have in store for WO, because it's going to go one of two ways. Either they're going to remember that they want a big Hispanic star and that they paid him what he think he's worth, which is a lot, to get him back.
I'm sure it's probably more than even...
Remember when we were looking through our little statistics there, for a fact that he was getting paid pretty handsomely. He was one of the top 10 people in the company at that particular point. So I would assume that he's back in that top 10 ranking once again. The question of the matter is exactly what Omega is saying. Are they going to pay? Are they going to get what they paid for? Are they going to make him go? I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to see ADR against Brock Lesnar? Tell me one of you who doesn't.
I would love to see. The thing is, they've had him before, and they didn't really know what the fuck to do with him. It was good at first, and then just,
all of a sudden at the end. Yeah, right.
And they didn't know what to do.
Well, again, it really depends on them and their intentions.
Right.
They really wanted this. They really wanted...
Right, they could do one or two things and push them to the moon and actually treat them right, and do the right things and not repeat the same mistakes again. But that's going to happen. Or they could, we could be talking in 2017 or something like that. In the fall or the winter of 2017, wondering where ADR is going to be, because he's not going to be in WWE for that long. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this doesn't make sense to me.
I don't disagree with you. I think they're going to do the same thing they did last time. It's going to be a big deal fairly quick, and then it's going to be, okay, now what do we do? And then they're like, I don't know, feud with Mark Henry for some reason or whatever.
I think he might take Sheamus' Money in the Bank contract, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Oh, they've done that before.
They've done that before, and there's precedence for it. I don't know what you do with them at this point. You know, Sheamus, I mean. I don't mean fucking, Alberto. You know, I'm fine to do with Alberto.
I love that idea, taking it off of Sheamus, because what the fuck is he gonna do with it?
Fucking paste it. Someone want to take this next news bit?
Alright, well, before we do the Lesnar thing, holy shit, that was an awful cut. I'm kind of surprised they didn't let him at least, surgical glue that shut. In the match.
It was really surprising how bad it was.
Yeah, I thought for sure they were gonna okay, hold on a minute, and, some super glue, and, at least glue it shut so it wouldn't be as bad. 9 staples is, that's a pretty bad fucking cut.
Yes, someone's mentioned that Meltzer actually used the words going into business for themselves, and that it wasn't a blade job, but it was Lesnar basically aiming.
I thought that. I swear to God, I thought that. Because it seemed weird, he didn't hit the pole, but he did something to get that open like that. It looked weird. It looked really weird. And I thought he had bladed, but I didn't see him blade.
It was real early in the match, too.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe freaking, when he threw his hands up to block, he could have jabbed himself in the forehead real hard with the corner of his thumbnail or something.
Yeah. Right, well,
Accident.
So, real quick, Woo's all over thought about this was they don't want to see blood for every single match, but once in the proverbial blue moon, when there's a big match and there's a lot of stuff at stake, like this match, it's okay to have blood. In fact, it adds to it. What do you guys?
Yeah, in the context of this match, a little bit of color made sense.
I think that's a pretty common thought process.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what everyone thinks is, unless you're a hardcore CCW fan or something, in which case you're a sick fuck.
Well, again, you have to remember, if you're going to do blood and you're going to plan for it, then that is what a blade job is. It's planned blood. So, it has to make sense in the context of the match, and not just be gratuitous, but I mean...
if you've ever seen the movie Kayfabe, there's the guy that blades, every single match, he blades. There's a Royal Rumble, or not a Royal Rumble, but they're having a over-the-top rope match, battle royal match, and one of the wrestlers gets him in the corner and he says, "Kayfabe, kayfabe, I'm gaffing," and it's that doesn't even make sense in a battle royal. Yeah, in a battle royal. But anyway, let's move on. WWE has also signed Tough Enough competitors Mata and Daria. VP of Talent Canyon Seaman? He tells wrestlers who have a bad tryout to make themselves into an indie star, as the chances of a second tryout are slim. The Usos are back at the Performance Center, getting ready to return to television. Nick Dinsmore is getting another look as a possible coach, and Tommaso Ciampa will not be signing with WWE after all, and the Angle done in London was just to promote their next show. More Nick Dinsmore. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, me too. He used to be kind of a trainer down there. I don't know if it was official, but he was doing training down there.
The guy knows his shit, that's for sure.
He's a much better wrestler than the Eugene gimmick would have led you to believe.
Actually, the Eugene gimmick, he was a really good wrestler. Be it albeit he was only a really good wrestler with other people's gimmicks, but he was able to mimic those styles perfectly. And didn't even do like Kurt Angle once, and it was like really, really good.
Oh yes, he was an incredible mimic as Eugene.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all him. That's all his ability. I don't think it kind of sold him short in that, you know, he was like the whole time, but I don't know. I don't think, given Sting, I don't think it hid his ability all that much. I think it was there.
And, you know, so much Tough Enough being special, they've hired half the field.
Right?
Well, they were gonna hire half of them anyway. Yeah, I'm not. And Mata is not a surprising addition. Patrick is not a surprising addition, considering what they have to work with. I just don't know if we'll see any of them up in the main roster again. It'll probably be the Tough Enough curse.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've watched that. Do you remember, Gunnar, was Daria the one I liked? I think Daria was the one I liked.
Hey, do me a favor, tell me the winner. Who won?
The
My point
big guy?
My point exactly.
Not the black guy.
I'm proving my point here. Tough Enough is good television, but you forget about the person who won. You just forget about the person who wins. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, how many players can you name?
Well, and honestly, I don't really think it's that beneficial. I mean, Mata's a unique guy, you know, he has a different background than what they have, he has a different look, he has some charisma, but at the same time, you know, that's good to get your foot in the door, but, you know, 2 years from now, he could still be floundering down there, you know, it's, I almost feel like, you know, they kind of have an unfair, well, kind of a smokescreen, if you will, from being on Tough Enough, because, you know, we're introduced to them, you know, here they are, here's their character, here's their test, and, you know, that's better than just some guy from a high school gym or what have you, but it doesn't necessarily beguile the kind of thing that they need, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Daria is probably a better example. You know, we know her saga from Tough Enough, but if she wasn't on Tough Enough and she just showed up at the Performance Center, what about her says, oh yeah, she could very well be a star?
Nothing. Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of that here. And so when we're all sitting here.
You mean besides playing tonsil hockey with Jamie Noble?
Yes, besides playing tonsil hockey with Jamie Noble, which I'm sure is a very profound thing. What are these
for putting that image in my head? Minus points.
Well, you know, Global Force Wrestling is still a thing.
Is it?
Yes, in fact, they declared their champions this past weekend, I believe it was. For example, Christina Von Eerie is the women's champion. The Dare Wolf, PJ Black, is the Next Gen champion. And Nick Aldis, who you might know as Magnus, is the first Global Force Wrestling heavyweight champion. Though he was said to be pretty upset about getting busted open during a backstage promo. Yeah. Also, Jake Roberts, Terry Funk, Shane Douglas, and Tommy Dreamer are said to be involved in a new promotion out of Las Vegas that is actually trying to offer benefits and even a retirement package for wrestlers. Mystic 2.0 says, who by the way left AAA, possibly in part because of not wanting to work with Del Rio, who's not there anymore. Says that AAA never actually offered him a contract, and that was a big reason why he left. Rhino said in an interview that he would love to play a character in which he's John Cena's biggest fan. And Randy Orton's latest shoulder injury that has him on the shelf actually happened at home while he was taking out the garbage.
Okay, Randy Orton hurting himself doing, like, mundane shit. Like, remember the time he injured his shoulder, like, doing his taunt?
Yes.
Yeah, this... You gotta stop, Randy. You gotta stop. Hire somebody to do that. I do want to see the Rhino being John Cena's, like, biggest fan, like, following him around. And, just, like, generally... I want to see John Cena and Rhino, doing the, Mickey James and Trish Stratus thing. Without the jump grabbing. Without the jump grabbing.
That would be so awkward and so rude. Why?
I think that whole thing is played out, to be honest with you.
I think with somebody like Rhino, it would be funny, just because of like how this huge guy, and he's just like, oh my god, I'm your biggest fan, and my god, he probably is John Cena's biggest fan if he likes the guy at all.
Size-wise, yes.
It would have to go to the extreme. Rhino would have to shave his goatee, cut his hair, dye it either brown or blonde, like Cena used to be when he was the prototype. And, you know...
Oh, yes! He should come out and do the prototype gimmick.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, he should come out and wrestle with the prototype gimmick, and then, I don't know, have John watching backstage or at the desk or whatever, and just like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't...
Sucking a dick, yeah, sucking a dick. Anybody that watches that now will get that. I couldn't help myself, I'm sorry.
Alright, Jake Roberts, Terry Funk, Shane Douglas, and Tommy Dreamer wanting to make a promotion offering benefits and retirement for wrestlers. Yeah, because they're going to need it.
Yes. I'm sure that Target
done by now.
I'm sure that Target doesn't do well. But Tommy's doing well. Tommy's fine, and I'm sure all of these guys are actually doing well. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like not like financially. I mean like physically. Like Terry Funk.
Of course.
Terry Funk, bless his fucking heart. He's such a great guy. But like physically, that man is just completely fucking broken. I can't believe he can move without having one of those fucking Christopher Reeves wheelchairs.
It's painful to watch him go into the ring sometimes.
I can't. I won't watch anything like that he puts out now. I can't. Tommy, dear God, it's a wonder he can walk. And Jay,
I'm just excited. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm excited that they just keep moving towards that kind of stuff because that's what they need to do. I mean, in all honesty,
looking at it from another perspective, having these guys behind the business and like booking, that's just, it's gonna be fantastic. Especially if Tommy has the book, it's gonna be fucking good.
Oh yeah, because House of Hardcore stuff has been really good too. I mean, you don't get me wrong with that. And thank God we don't never have to say Mystices again. Exactly, Mystic 2.0. What a joke. What a joke that guy is. Such a diva. Speaking of divas, I think we're good. I think that like there's a brown M&M in my bowl of M&Ms, so we're gonna end this segment because I said so. And we're gonna end this segment 2, which is the 15-minute time limit.
The 15-minute time limit?
Yes, the 15-minute time limit.
Somebody got there.
But he died. except maybe the one listener that we have. Hello, listener. Hello, the same results. Nevertheless, Ziggler and Cesaro defeated King, Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus. Oh, who saw that one coming? What an upset! What an upset!
I didn't watch this match, so
I didn't watch it either. Was this a thing that happened?
This was the thing. It happened on the pre-show.
Oh.
Team we have nothing. Team Smark Jizz and Team we carry gimmicks to the ring.
I thought you were going to call them Team Euro Trash.
That works too. Team Activewear. Alright, yeah, that was a match. That was a thing. And then we had John Cena with his Open US Challenge, and none of us predicted this. That Alberto Del Rio came out, and with Zeb Coulter on a little scooter thing. I think Zeb's not recovered from his surgery yet, which is why he's still in the scooter. He's back on the road, and he's doing things with ADR, and it looks like a hesitant relationship. I can see ADR turning on him, and we could have another Zack Ryder incident where he gets thrown off of the stage again at some point or another when he is returned to health. Hopefully. And then, or you could end up like Paul Bearer and locked in the freezer.
No, he's going to throw him off the thing, and then Swaggy's going to come out and save him, and they're going to have a feud, and then that's going to be when ADR's WWE run goes.
Let me tell you something. ADR versus Neville for his first feud back, though. That sounds like something awesome.
It'll be awesome matches, but
I'm looking forward to the matches. Why? Ugh.
Because it's not gonna go anywhere.
Doesn't need to. They just need to work. And it'll be good. And goodbye, Cena. We'll see you in December. Have fun with your month off. And for the love of God, get Nikki Bella pregnant.
We'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm kind of okay with her.
I'm not. Thank you.
I'll say this: if we don't see Cena again in the, we say he just has a month off. What's your idea that we may not see him again until the Rumble?
Probable.
That's not unlikely at all for him to come back at the Rumble when whoever's got the title at Mania faces Cena, and Cena gets the title for the 16th time.
So then we had the first Cell match, which was exactly what Omega predicted. Roman Reigns defeating Bray Wyatt and Hell in the Cell.
I fell asleep.
I hoped that Bray Wyatt would win this one. But Roman Reigns going over strong. What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, surprisingly a pretty decent match. They made a lot of use of not the cell itself, but the cell environment. The idea of getting the tables out, getting the candlesticks out, something that would be commonplace back in the day, but today is a pretty kind of a big deal. They did something which I feel like if you're going to have these feuds that on paper are really nothing, like this one has been, you really need to do, which is you need to come up with things that haven't really been done before, or if they have, they're very kind of fresh and memorable and exciting. For example, when Wyatt kind of slipped the candlesticks in horizontally into the turnbuckle pads, so they were sticking up, and it looked, he seemed like he was going to slam Reigns into them, and then Reigns just kind of counters and grabs the one, whacks him with it, and then throws him into the other one, which was still erect, so to speak. And Wyatt got it looked like he got.
I didn't understand exactly what Wyatt was planning with that. I thought that potentially he was going to drive him on both of them, maybe slam them down or something.
Yes.
But I had no idea what he was doing with that. That looked kind of silly. All the spots looked pretty safe. The spear off the edge into the table looked fun. There was a lot of inappropriate grabbing. If you watch the match later and you watch that, there was a lot of inappropriate grabbing going on there, which I found to be hilarious. But overall, it was a pretty good match. But it's this thing with like the NXT guys and mostly the younger crowd that I'm noticing, and that there's these spots that they have that are like they feel very safe, and you know for a fact that they're not going to get hurt, and that it's their training or their body language that says we are not going to get hurt by this. We have perfect faith that we're going to be able to fall onto this table and have it not it'll hurt, sure, and it'll look good and it'll look real, but at the same time it's not like Jeff Hardy dangling off of the title belts, or Devon dangling off the title belts, and then Edge spearing him. Where they don't know if that's actually going to hurt or not, or they don't know if that's actually going to do or not. And making stuff up on the spot says a lot. And when you can translate that into the ring, and when you can translate that into matches, it looks really good. And I think that's what we're kind of missing through with a lot of the new kids that are coming up. And they especially felt this way during this match. I apologize for ranting there. New Day defeated the Dudley Boys, retain the tag team titles. Yay! Poor Xavier Woods.
Yeah, but you know what? It'll be fine. He'll be back, and unicorn power will prevail.
Unicorn power.
Then Charlotte defeated Nikki Bella to retain the Divas title. Nikki Bella in this match looked better than I think I've ever seen her.
I would agree with that.
She's getting better, yes. Charlotte is lagging behind a little bit, to be honest. I think that she needs to step it up. But I think it's the fact that she hasn't worked with Nikki Bella that much. They're getting their repertoire in, they're getting their shit in. But at the same time, it's like, you introduced a whole bunch of new girls, and they came up, and it's still the Divas Revolution thing that we're all bitching about. And where's Team Bad? I mean, come on, where's Sasha Banks? The baddest...
Seriously, though.
Where's the baddest NXT, women's champion? That was...
I heard baddest in and I got real nervous for a second there.
And not to mention, Paige celebrating with them and then turning on them again for like a
I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit.
It's the absolute worst storyline, worst in the company, including NXT, maybe even in all of wrestling at the moment.
I would not doubt that there is a TNA storyline better than this right now, and that's saying something.
Ouch. Yeah.
Sick burn. Speaking of sick burns, Seth Rollins defeated Kane to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
And I died a little inside.
That was not surprising, but still, some of us who aren't dyed-in-the-wool Kane haters, and yes, I'm looking at you, Woo, would really like to see at least one more run before he retires, but damn.
He got the one more run back in 2011.
Yeah, this was a pretty whatever match, just like the feud was pretty whatever. It's, no offense to Kane, he's a great performer and everything, but like we kind of said before, when you get a feud with Kane, it's kind of like, well, we don't know what to do with you right at the moment, and that's kind of what happened with Rollins, and that's why they had a pretty decent match that I think Rollins won clean, or at least almost clean. I think it was clean, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was clean.
Yeah,
so,
And that is pretty sad when you're talking about your World Heavyweight Champion that you don't know what to do with him.
Right?
And Owens and Ryback it was actually the third to last match on the card because Owens and Ryback was after it.
Right, and and when the IC title has a little more clout than the regular one, I mean, come on, that says something. And I'm glad that this Ryback feud is over with. Ryback can go shuffle on his butt back down the card, and get back into 6-man tags and whatnot. He had his nice little title run. I like the big guy too, but I like a lot. I like a lot of other people better than I like the big guy right now.
I don't want to see Ryback injure anybody else. Please, for the love of God.
I think he's gotten a lot of issues then.
Well, I don't think it's cloud necessarily. I think it's just it was meant to be a cool down match, but it doesn't really make sense because Rollins and Kane didn't really have a lot of heat to begin with.
Right,
and this match was nothing. I mean, it was the same match they had a month ago with Owens poking the eye, which they didn't even really sell very well.
No, they didn't. And let me just say, Kevin Owens doing his thing, and that bump he took in the match on Raw, that looked fun. The Superman punch thing. I liked that a lot. I was just mad that he ate the pin. You're Intercontinental Champion. There you go, eating the pin on Raw. When you have a perfectly viable rubber band Dolph Ziggler over there, not eating the pin.
Well, Owens has joined doing his thing club with Ziggler and
Yep.
Yeah, and probably Del Rio is going to rejoin here in 6 months or so.
Yep. Would not be surprised.
And then the titular Lesnar-Undertaker match.
Lesnar-Undertaker, we talked about the little blood and the whatnot. The match was only 10 minutes long.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
Longer than that.
It seemed longer because Taker spent most of it on his back.
And Lesnar bled so early.
Yeah.
I think it did what it needed to do. It was very hard-hitting, and you had Lesnar flinging Taker around. He finally hit a couple suplexes. He counters Hell's Gate with MMA strikes. And Taker, holding his own. It was really more a matter of could Undertaker actually survive it and beat him rather than,
Yeah, I missed the sit-up gimmick. I didn't see him do it. I didn't see him sit up, do the dead man sit straight up from the punishment once.
He tried to at the end. After the match, and everybody was clapping for him. Everybody was doing him. And here comes our 2 minutes of speculation here. They'll give you only 2 minutes left here in the 15 minutes.
I do want to real fast that Lesnar finding the hole in the apron, the mat, and ripping it apart to expose the boards, and then the F5 onto that. That was fantastic.
That's kind of what I'm talking about when I say, you need to kind of do something you haven't seen before, and that's,
And I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
It's a pretty simple, it doesn't really mean very much, it's just tearing the thing and moving the thing, and the wood's exposed.
It's like moving the mats off the concrete, but yeah, visually
it's very strong, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Bumping on the wood hut sucks.
Yeah, it does. Oh, damn! We've never been in the ring, and we can tell that would have hurt. This is.
I bumped the wood on the headboard.
Hey, Lamau.
Ready up in 10 seconds.
Alright, but no, really though. Okay, so the Wyatt family comes steals Undertaker away. Are they gonna take it?
Stupid.
Ooh.
Completely stupid. I mean, I'm so sick of the Wyatt family. They mean nothing. They are the perennial jobbers to the stars. The best case scenario is a Survivor Series match. Wyatt's versus Team Taker / Kane / whoever.
Like to Taker's body back or something like that? I mean, come on, what ridiculous stipulation are they gonna put into this?
I can't believe they thought that was a good idea. That's another one of their, we have advertise Taker's anniversary for Survivor Series. How are we gonna, jam this piece into this puzzle that it's not even from? Yeah.
Just trying to use voodoo magic to overcome his dead man magic.
Alright, so that's it for the 15-minute time limit. We'll probably end up talking a lot more about Taker and Big Cat as one of our members. Fuck you! I know! As one of our members like to call him, because it's just a thing, and it's only a thing for him, though. I mean, that's the cute thing about it. Speaking of cute things, I want a cute little sundae.
Oh, damn, I forgot my Dairy Queen's closing tonight. As soon as we're done, I gotta go.
Oh, God. I don't understand. I don't even... I can't. I know.
No, it's not some Dairy Queens that don't have sell food close in the wintertime.
I gotta calm myself down!
Dropping demand for...
They all sell food!
No, some just...
If it's a branded Dairy Queen that sells food...
Some only sell cool treats, but not hot eats.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't...
that way. Yeah.
What? Where does this I don't... You know what? Fuck it. With old ones. Yeah, pretty much. With the Dairy Queen drive-thru, with the ratings, it's faster.
Oh, not Chester. And now, for the ratings. Starting off, as usual, with Impact. TNA Impact Wrestling drew 264,000 viewers. That's up 22,000 viewers from the week prior. And Ring of Honor drew 132,000 viewers, and that's down 42,000 from last week. On to SmackDown. This week's episode of WWE SmackDown drew 2,204,000 viewers. That's up 114,000 viewers from last week's episode. And finally, Raw. Raw drew 3,354,000 viewers, which is up only slightly from the 3,357,000 that it drew the week previous. As always, the viewership peaked in the first hour with 3,630,000 viewers.
With the birthdays, it's that Jester.
And the birthdays this week, on the 27th, we have nobody, none. None has a birthday. None has a birthday. I'm sorry, my mind just went to Paige with a nun gimmick there for a second. Anyway, moving right on.
No.
Here's someone else who should have a hot nun gimmick. Miss Christy Hemme. Also having a birthday on the 28th, Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP. On the 29th, we have the legend, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And on the 30th, we have none other than Edge himself. On the 31st, we have Koji Kanemoto, I think. Happy Halloween birthday to you. And on the November 1st, we have the one, the badass, Billy Gunn, plus the man I consider to be the immortal Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Tyler Rex. And then rounding out the week on the 2nd, we have No Days Off Darren Young, Booker T's lovely wife Charmel, Cliff Compton, Mike Hunt, and Yoshi. Oh boy. Shinari Ogawa. Yoshinari Ogawa. Okay, took me a little time, but I got it.
There you go. When's the last time you heard the name Tyler Rex? And now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega PR.
Yes, this weekend wrestling history, circa 1950, where Rito Rivera wins his third NWA Texas Heavyweight title by ending the second reign of Vern Gagne in Houston, Texas. Jump to 1960, where Mike DiBiase defeats Pancho Lopez to win the Amarillo version of the NWA North American Heavyweight title in Amarillo, Texas. And in 1980, Jay Youngblood and Joe Lightfoot defeat Rick Oliver and Fidel Cortez for the NWA Pacific Northwest tag team titles. And that was this weekend wrestling history.
With the Happy Trails, Yank, why don't you grab that?
Okay, I guess I'll do that and the points. Happy Trails to Big Rick, who is not retired, at least according to his manager, Bill Barons. And to the Young Bucks, who stated they have signed with one of the major promotions, listing WWE, NXT, NJPW, ROH, TNA, and Lucha Underground. MLW hinted that it was Lucha Underground, which would have money freed up after losing Del Rio to the WWE, and that means it's time for the points! Kicking it off, we have negative 272 points to Netjester for showing up. Negative 5 points for Gutter because the gorilla position is what your mom was in when you were conceived. Negative 5 more points to Gutter because the saddest part is that you never learned to read the news bits. 5 points for Vassar for a well thought out position. 10 points for Gutter for taking the idea of taking the money in the bank off of Sheamus. Negative 10 points for Net Jester for putting an image of Jamie Noble making out with anyone in my head. 5 points for Omega BR for reminding us that GFW was a thing. I had completely forgotten. 10 points to Gutter. Give Mr. the tramp stamp title because he totally is a diva. 5 points to Omega BR because erect. 10 more points to Omega BR for the sex joke. Hey, now top kick stuff. I don't know. Negative 25 points to Net Jester for Bunny Cat. Negative 5 points to Gutter for Bunny Cat. 10 points to Vassar because that's basically how I react to NJ as well. I just go, Net Jester. Negative 25 points to Net Jester for none is how many jokes you should make. Negative 50 points for saying none other again. You've been warned about that several times. Negative 100 points to Net Jester for I cannot into public speaking. Maybe stumble over your reading just a smidge bit less. That's the points given this episode. That means that for the episode, NJ scored negative 482 points, bringing his overall total to negative 59,499. You're getting there, buddy. You're going to crack negative 100,000 in no time. Gunner scored 5 points for the episode, bringing him to 103. Omega scored 20 points this episode, bringing him to 323. And Vassar scored 15, bringing his score to 145. And that's it for the points. I don't know if Gunner is back yet. So, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you guys, what should we watch this week, starting with Omega BR?
You should watch Global Force Wrestling highlights on their YouTube channel.
That's a good idea.
Take a look at those championship belts too, because it's like they're all zinc, except for the neon green parts.
Interesting. Vassar.
I usually don't like picking from Raw, but this was a great match. Kevin Owens versus Antonio Cesaro. Oh my god.
That was a hell of a match. Nobody cares what you think, but go ahead and tell us anyway, NJ.
Oh god. I just had a breaker pop. I'm sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. Nothing was going on during the last segment, so I stole some tanks from MGS5. What to watch? Well, there was plenty, believe it or not. I thought that was good on Raw, which is saying something. However... Yeah, you stole that from my soundboard. I know that. But, The best thing I thought was from the pay-per-view was the Undertaker Brock Lesnar match. So, watch it again. Why not? Or the exciting part of when we first saw ADR again.
Gunner?
You should probably end up watching the ADR Neville match from Raw, because I'm looking forward to having more matches with them.
And I'm going to watch the match I fell asleep during from the pay-per-view, being the Roman Reigns and what's his face that's trying to take the Undertaker's gimmick, but it's not working out. Now he's got the Undertaker's body. You know the guy.
Oh, you mean Bunny Cat?
That's it. I can't move him. It won't let me do it.
I got you. I got you.
There we go. I got it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess that does it for...
That does it, yeah, alright, I got this. Yeah, that does it for this week. Thank you very much for listening, and this has been Woo Get Serious, episode number 181, damn, 19 away from 200. So let's get the plugs. You can check us out at smarksnark.com, Spreaker.com/smarksnark, Facebook.com/smarksnark, Twitter.com/smarksnark. You can email us at smarksnark@gmail.com if you'd like to get hold of us and get on the show. Or you can just join us. You can give us a phone call, and you know what the number is. It's 812-408-WOO, or that's 812-408-9666. And it's not even up on the TeamSpeak, and I can remember it myself. There you go.
All right. Good job, Gunner.
Alright,
don't forget to follow us on Twitter. That's twitter.com/smarksnark, facebook.com/smarksnark, Spreaker.com/smarksnark. I know, but nobody ever fucking, let's do it twice. Maybe we'll get somebody. Skype, Sirius Podcast, SRS Podcast. We love you. Come join us.
Yeah, yep. And we wish you in your past, present, and future endeavors.
Woo! I got nothing.
Good night, Lewiston.